Hiya. So you've had a fantastic week, you've stuck to plan, you've exercised, everything's gone great, and you step on the scales and it's stayed the same. Or even worse, it's a gain. This has happened to me on numerous occasions, and it's even happened to me for months at a time. It is demoralising, you feel like jacking it in. It is an absolute nightmare. Now, your first thought is, I will go and stuff my face. That doesn't help. I can guarantee that isn't going to help you. It is only going to make you feel worse. So, I know that's the first thought that goes through your head is, sod it, I'll go and get a McDonald's, or I'll go and get a flake. But don't, because it really isn't going to help. So, this has happened to me, like I said, on numerous occasions. It's even happened to me for months at a time. I've stuck within the same couple of pounds for months. At those times, I have tried various things. I have tried drinking more water, I've tried drinking less water, I've tried mixing my meals up, I have tried cheat meals, I have tried literally everything. Now, even now, I could lie to you and tell you what I think works, but I still have absolutely no idea what made those scales move at those points. I think sometimes, I truly believe that your body just sometimes needs time to adjust. Now, during those periods where my scales didn't move, I actually lost inches and I lost dress sizes. At one point, I went from a 16 to a 14. At another point, I went from 14 to 12. So I think at those points, it's literally, especially if you lost a few stone, it's your body just adjusting. I know that it's heartbreaking. I was crying at those periods. I was driving my partner absolutely round the bend. It was awful. But just keep at it. The scales, I promise the scales do move in the end. Just keep at it. Obviously do the normal things. Just make sure that your portions are right. When I was doing the losing weight, I followed SP and the Flex system for Weight Watchers. I would weigh and measure everything to the gram. I was quite on it at those points, so I knew that everything that I was eating, exactly how many SP were in it. So it's just about going back to basics. The only other thing that has worked for me is more recently, since I've got to goal, I seem to always be trying to get to that 12 stone mark. Now, my body likes to sit around 12 stone 5, 12 stone 7. So me trying to get down to there, I can normally maintain around there, but I have had a big push more recently to try and get down. I have got down to 11 stone 12 before. Now, the only thing that's got me there is only eating when I'm hungry. I do Weight Watchers no count at the moment, so basically it was just me eating when I was hungry. If I do SP and Flex and I serve myself a meal, I will eat the whole meal because I've pointed it. So what I was doing with more recently is I will only eat when I'm hungry. So I will have a drink and a piece of fruit if I do think I'm hungry. If after 15 minutes I'm still hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not, it's because I was thirsty or the apple has taken the edge off my appetite, or whatever it is that I've eaten has taken the edge off my appetite. It did work quite well. In a couple of weeks, I think I lost 8 pounds at one point, just purely by only eating when I was hungry. So that does work, but it does take a lot of, I wouldn't say willpower, but it does take a lot of, do I really need to eat that? Am I hungry? Let me do this first and see if it works. And it does actually work quite well for me. So it is something to consider and try. So where plateaus are concerned, just stick with it. The scales do move. I promise the scales do move. And in your head, if you can, it's not easy. Just try and think about it as getting ready to maintain. This is a lifestyle change for me. So when I had long periods, I would tell myself I'm just getting ready for maintenance. It doesn't always work. And I was... at those times I did start to think, well, maybe the plan's not right for me. Maybe I need to try something different. But I stuck with it and I got to go. It's just all about trying to stay as motivated as possible at those times. And I know those are the times that you really need to dig deep and just try and stick with it as much as you can. And if I can do it, if I can lose 18 stone, over 18 stone, then anyone can do it. So think about how far you've come in your journey if you are plateauing, and think about how much further you've got to go. It might not even be that much, and I know a lot of people that have lost weight, their plateaus tend to come when they're closer to goal. So you've already got so far on your journey. Don't jack it in just because you've had a couple of plateaus, especially when you think in the grand scheme of things you're going to be maintaining for the rest of your life, hopefully. So you can do it, and just stick with it. I promise the scales do move. Thank you for listening. Bye.